Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough.
No. I am your father.
Hollywood is remembering James Earl Jones, the legendary actor best known for his deep voice and iconic roles like Darth Vader and Mufasa. The award-winning actor died this morning surrounded by his family. He brought power and bravado to his performances through a career that spanned 60 years and took him from a small-town theater in northern Michigan to the highest reaches of Hollywood. KTLA's Doug Kolk takes a look back at the incredible career of James Earl Jones.
I am your father.
That voice.
Come with me.
Instantly recognizable.
Who the hell are you?
Commanding. Powerful.
Let them wait!
But that voice that made James Earl Jones famous nearly ruined his life. Born in Mississippi in 1931, Jones revealed that as a boy, he had a stutter so severe he rarely talked for most of his childhood.
I just went mute because it was easier that way.
Jones says he remained effectively mute until high school, when his English teacher encouraged him to read one of his poems to the class. He did it without stuttering, and an interest in the performing arts was sparked.
Bomb door circuits, negative function, lights red.
He was in his 30s when he made his film debut in the 1964 Stanley Kubrick classic, Dr. Strangelove.
Are you the Black Hope?
Well, I'm black and I'm hoping.
5 years later, he'd earn his first Tony Award, starring as boxer Jack Johnson in the Broadway smash The Great White Hope. An Oscar nomination followed the following year in the film adaptation.
We meet again at last.
Jones didn't have to appear on camera to enthrall audiences, starting in 1977's Star Wars.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
He was the voice behind the mask of one of the most iconic villains in film history, Darth Vader.
Don't make me destroy you.
Jones spent the next 4 decades racking up iconic performances.
I told you not to worry.
Like Eddie Murphy's royal father in the 1988 comedy classic Coming to America and its 2021 sequel.
People will come, Ray.
Or a critically acclaimed turn in 1989's Oscar-nominated film Field of Dreams.
We are all connected in the great circle of life.
And voicing King Mufasa in Disney's 1994 hit The Lion King and its 2019 remake. And for news junkies, they heard his legendary voice welcoming them to TV's first 24-hour cable news channel.
This is CNN.
Whatever Jones did, he excelled, no matter the medium. A Tony Award winner for his stage work, an Emmy and Grammy winner, an honorary Oscar for his contributions to the big screen, plus countless accolades, including being a recipient of the Kennedy Center Honors. The young boy who was once afraid to talk would spend the next 6 decades performing for audiences around the world. And it's fair to say he not only found his voice, but his passion as well.
And tonight, Hollywood and the world is reacting to the passing of James Earl Jones.
So many fans and close friends are paying tribute and also remembering the life and legacy of the 93-year-old. Our Carlos Aceto joins us live in Hollywood with more. Hi, Carlos.
Ladies, quite an illustrious career. James Earl Jones left his mark on Hollywood and beyond with memorable lines. Tonight, fans and co-stars are remembering the legendary performer.
I'll tell you what. You guys come by here once a week and talk baseball with me. We'll call it an even trade.
His career spanned decades, leaving an impression on fans from multiple generations, whether seeing him on the big screen or just hearing his iconic voice.
This is CNN.
James Earl Jones had a commanding presence.
I am your father.
Probably best known as the voice of Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy, his co-star Mark Hamill reacting on X with simply, "Rest in peace, Dad."
It leaves a big legacy because Star Wars is a very big franchise.
Fans remembering the iconic star outside Grauman's Chinese Theater, where the Star Wars trilogy premiered in 1977. Co-star Billy D. Williams posting on Instagram, "Today we lost a legend. James Earl Jones was a man whose voice could move mountains, but it was his heart and grace that left the deepest impact. He brought power, wisdom, and soul to every role, but more than that, he was a kind, humble soul who inspired everyone around him."
Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Kevin Costner with this tribute, that booming voice, that quiet strength, the kindness that he radiated. So much can be said about his legacy, so I'll just say how thankful I am that part of it includes Field of Dreams. This movie wouldn't be the same with anyone else in his role.
He will always be from Mufasa in my head. Like, he'll always be Mufasa. Like, no matter where I see him in any other movie.
Your strength has returned.
The Force was strong with Jones, his final TV credit voicing Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi streaming series, reprising the role that brought him much fame.
Did you truly think that you could defeat me?
His work unmatched with unforgettable performances, James Earl Jones was 93 years old. Reporting live tonight in Hollywood, Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
So nice to see all those beautiful tributes tonight. Carlos, thank you.